The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. We all know the feeling of hitting a wall. Maybe it's a career that is suddenly stalled, leaving you feeling undervalued and invisible. Maybe it's a relationship that collapsed without warning, or a financial crisis that keeps you up at night, staring at the ceiling, feeling like the universe is conspiring against you. In modern life, we are conditioned to see these roadblocks as failures, signs that we have taken a wrong turn, or that we simply aren't lucky enough. But what if the very thing blocking your path isn't a barrier, but a bridge? What if the crisis you are running from is actually the raw material for the success you are chasing? In the next few minutes, we are going to dismantle the illusion of bad luck and hand you the exact mental toolkit used by history's greatest leaders to turn tragedy into triumph. We aren't going to talk about positive thinking or pretending that pain doesn't exist. We are going to explore the radical Stoic discipline of flipping obstacles upside down. You will walk away with a profound shift in perspective that turns your biggest struggles into your greatest advantages. Before we begin this ascent, if you are ready to fortify your mind and stop being a victim of circumstance, simply click subscribe and join the Timeless Wisdom official community as we seek clarity together.
The Stoic Blueprint. Section 1. The discipline of perception is seeing things as they are. The first step in turning adversity into advantage is mastering how you see the world. In Stoicism, this is called the discipline of perception. Most of us move through life with a chaotic internal monologue that never stops. Something happens to us, and instantly, we tell ourselves a story about what it means. You get laid off from your job. That is the event. But almost immediately, your mind adds a layer of judgment. I am a failure. I will never find another job this good. My career is over. People will think I'm incompetent. Do you see the difference? The event, the job loss, is objective. It is a fact. The suffering, the feeling of being a failure, is subjective. It is a story you have invented. The Stoics understood a fundamental truth that modern psychology has only recently confirmed. We are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them. In the high-pressure culture of the United States, we are prone to what psychologists call catastrophizing. We take a single setback and blow it up into a permanent disaster. A rejected proposal becomes proof that we are bad at our jobs. A breakup becomes proof that we are unlovable. This mental habit is dangerous because it paralyzes you. It triggers a fight or flight response in your nervous system, flooding you with cortisol and anxiety, which ironically makes it impossible to solve the actual problem. So, how do we fix this? We must apply the objective lens. Imagine you are a scientist observing an experiment, or a neutral third party looking at your life. When you face an obstacle, your first job is to strip away the adjectives. Stop calling the situation terrible, unfair, disastrous, or humiliating. Those are value judgments, not facts. Let's look at a practical example. Let's say you are stuck in traffic and you are going to be late for a crucial meeting. The subjective story says, "This is a nightmare. My boss is going to kill me. Why does this always happen to me? I'm so stupid for not leaving earlier." The objective lens says, "There is a high volume of cars on the highway. I am currently moving at 10 miles per hour. I will arrive 15 minutes after the scheduled start time." Do you feel the difference? The subjective story creates panic, anger, and blood pressure spike. The objective lens creates clarity. Once you strip away the emotion, you can actually think. You can pick up the phone, call ahead, apologize calmly, and join the meeting remotely if possible. You regain your power because you stop fighting a ghost and start dealing with reality. This applies to the deepest pains of life as well. When you remove the judgment, "This shouldn't be happening," you are left with, "This is happening." And once you accept that, you can finally ask the most important question in the Stoic arsenal. What can I do with this? The discipline of perception is about cooling down the heat of your emotions so you can see the chessboard clearly. It is realizing that the obstacle isn't bad, it is simply data. And data can be used. Section 2. The discipline of action, moving through the mud. Once you have steadied your mind and stripped away the panic, you must move. Perception alone acts as the compass, but a compass cannot carry you up the mountain. You need the discipline of action. In modern American culture, there is a dangerous tendency toward passivity when things go wrong. We complain. We vent on social media. We wait for someone else, the government, our boss, our partner, to fix the mess. Or worse, we freeze. We are so afraid of making the wrong move that we make no move at all. Stoicism rejects this passivity entirely. To a Stoic, an obstacle is not a stop sign, it is a command to change your approach. Marcus Aurelius didn't say, "The impediment to action stops action." He said it advances action. Think of water flowing down a river. When it hits a rock, does it stop? Does it argue with the rock? Does it complain that the rock is unfair? No. It flows around it. It flows over it. It erodes the rock over time. It finds a new path. The water is relentless. This creates a specific type of creativity that the Stoics mastered. In military strategy, if you cannot attack the enemy from the front because their defenses are too strong, you do not just stand there and die. You turn the flank. You go around. You dig under. You find another way. In your life, this means recognizing that if one specific path is blocked, the destination is not lost. Only that specific route is. Let's bring this down to earth. Imagine you have spent years building a business, and suddenly the market shifts. A new technology makes your product obsolete overnight. The non-Stoic response is to double down on the old way, scream at the market, or quit entirely. The Stoic response, the discipline of action, is to say, okay, the door to product A is locked, but I have built a customer base. I have built a reputation. I have learned how to sell. How can I use these assets to build product B? The obstacle, the market shift, forced you to innovate. It forced you to become better. You must realize that action is the cure for fear. Fear lives in the imagination. It thrives when you are sitting still, thinking about all the things that could go wrong. But the moment you take a step, even a small, imperfect step, the fear begins to evaporate. Action grounds you in reality. Marcus Aurelius used a powerful metaphor. A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it. Think about that. If a fire is small and weak, a giant log will crush it and snuff it out. That is a person with a weak will. But if the fire is raging, that same giant log becomes fuel. It makes the fire hotter. It makes the fire taller. Your problems are the wood. Your obstacles are the fuel. But you must be the fire. You must consume the difficulty and use it to burn brighter. Do not wish for fewer problems. Wish for more fire. Section 3. The discipline of will, the inner citadel. Now we must address the hardest part of life. Sometimes, despite your best perception and your relentless action, you still lose. You do everything right and you still get sick. You work harder than anyone else, and the promotion still goes to the boss's nephew. The economy crashes, wiping out your savings through no fault of your own. This is where American optimism often hits a wall. We are taught that, if you work hard, you will succeed. So when we work hard and fail, we feel betrayed. We feel helpless. This is where the discipline of will becomes your sanctuary. The Stoics called it the inner citadel. You have a fortress inside you that the outside world cannot touch. You can lose your house, your status, and even your physical freedom, but you never have to lose your character. You never have to lose your ability to choose how you respond. To build this fortress, you must understand the dichotomy of control. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who was born a slave and lived with a permanent physical disability, taught that some things are up to us, and some things are not up to us. Up to us. Our opinions, our impulses, our desires, our aversions, in short, our own mind. Not up to us. Our body, our property, our reputation, our office, in short, everything not of our own doing. Most human suffering comes from trying to control things that are not up to us. You are anxious about the job interview because you are trying to control the hiring manager's decision. But you cannot control that. You can only control your preparation, your resume, and your performance. The Stoic operates with what is called the reserve clause. This is a mental caveat you add to every goal. Instead of saying, "I will get this promotion," you say, "I will do my best to get this promotion, fate permitting." This sounds subtle, but it is revolutionary. It completely detaches your self-worth from the outcome. If you get the job, great. You celebrate. If you don't, you are still whole. You know you did your part. You haven't failed. The external variables simply didn't align. This is the antidote to the anxiety epidemic in the United States. We are a results-obsessed culture. We measure our worth by the numbers in our bank account or the likes on our posts. Stoicism tells you to measure your worth by the quality of your effort. When you retreat into your inner citadel, you realize that while the world can take away your possessions, it cannot take away your will. It cannot force you to be a bad person. It cannot force you to give up. That territory is yours, and yours alone. Section 4. Amor Fati, the ultimate advantage. If the discipline of action is about fighting through the storm, and the discipline of will is about enduring the storm, then this next concept is about learning to dance in the storm. This is the pinnacle of Stoic practice. It is not for the faint of heart. It is called Amor Fati. In Latin, this translates to a love of fate. Notice the word love. It does not mean tolerating fate. It does not mean bearing it. It means loving it. Friedrich Nietzsche, the great German philosopher who was deeply influenced by the Stoics, described his formula for human greatness as this: that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. Not merely bear what is necessary, still less conceal it, but love it. This is a radical shift. When something bad happens, our natural instinct is to feel resentment. We ask, why me? Why now? I didn't deserve this. Resentment is poison. It is like drinking acid and expecting the other person to die. It keeps you stuck in the past, replaying the injury over and over again. Amor Fati commands you to say, "This happened. It is necessary. And because it is necessary, it is good." You don't just accept the obstacle, you embrace it as the exact thing you needed. The traffic jam that made you late gave you an hour of solitude to listen to a podcast that changed your thinking. The injury that kept you out of the gym forced you to focus on your nutrition and flexibility. The painful breakup gave you the freedom to rediscover who you are without compromising for someone else. Think of the Japanese art of kintsugi. When a valuable piece of pottery breaks, the artist doesn't throw it away. They don't try to hide the cracks with invisible glue. Instead, they repair the cracks with a mixture of lacquer and powdered gold. The result is a bowl that is more beautiful, more unique, and more valuable than it was before it was broken. The break is part of its history, part of its strength. Amor Fati is the gold you use to repair the cracks in your life. Section 5. The Daily Protocol, Turning Philosophy into Muscle Memory. We have covered the theory. We have explored the disciplines of perception, action, and will. We have touched the high peak of Amor Fati. But here is the hard truth. Philosophy is worthless if it stays in the book. It is not a robe you wear only on special occasions. It is armor you must strap on every single morning. In the fast-paced, high-stress environment of modern America, it is easy to nod your head at these ideas while watching a video, only to lose your temper the moment someone cuts you off in the parking lot. To bridge the gap between who you want to be and who you are, you need a protocol. You need muscle memory. Here are 3 practical exercises you can start using today to turn these abstract principles into concrete instincts. 1. The morning preparation, premeditatio malorum. Most people start their day with hope. They hope traffic will be light. They hope their boss will be in a good mood. They hope the client will say yes. The Stoic does not hope. The Stoic prepares. Every morning, before you check your phone, before you check your email, take 2 minutes to visualize the day ahead. But don't just visualize the success, visualize what could go wrong. Say to yourself, "Today I will meet people who are ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful, and jealous." Visualize your computer crashing. Visualize the deal falling through. This sounds negative, doesn't it? It sounds like pessimism. But it is actually the ultimate form of optimism. By anticipating the blow, you take away its power to hurt you. When the rude coworker makes a snide comment, you aren't shocked. You aren't caught off guard. You think, there it is. I was expecting you. You remain calm because you have already lived through it in your mind. You are armored against the chaos. 2. The sacred pause in the heat of the moment. When the obstacle strikes, your biology will try to hijack your brain. You will feel the flush of anger or the pit of fear. Your task is to buy yourself time. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the Nazi concentration camps, said, "Between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." When the crisis hits, find that space. Force yourself to stop. Count to 10. Take a walk around the block. Do not speak. Do not type that angry email. In that pause, you are reclaiming control from your animal instincts. You are giving your rational mind, your inner citadel, a chance to step forward and ask, "Is this event truly bad, or is it just an opportunity in disguise?" 3. The immediate reframe. This is the final step of the protocol. Once you have paused, you must aggressively reframe the situation using the question, "How can I use this?" You didn't get the loan for your business? Good. Now you can bootstrap and keep 100% of the equity. You got injured and can't run? Good. Now you can focus on swimming and build your upper body strength. You made a mistake? Good. You have just identified a weakness you didn't know you had, and now you can fix it so it never happens again. Make this a reflex. Train your brain to hunt for the advantage in every disadvantage. We have traveled a long way together in this video. We have dismantled the idea that a good life is an easy life. We have learned that the world does not owe us comfort, fairness, or safety. But in exchange for that harsh truth, we have gained something far more valuable: sovereignty. You now possess the secret that has guided emperors, generals, and survivors through the darkest chapters of history. You know that the rock blocking the path is not a mistake. It is not a punishment. It is the path. The obstacle is the way. From this day forward, when you face a wall, do not turn back. Do not pity yourself. Look that obstacle in the eye and smile, because you know something the rest of the world has forgotten. You know that this struggle is the fire that will temper your spirit. You know that on the other side of that wall lies a version of you that is stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you ever dared to imagine. Do not pray for an easy life. Do not ask for the burden to be lighter. Ask for your shoulders to be broader. Use these tools. Practice the disciplines. Transform your lead into gold. Thank you for spending your most valuable asset, your time, with Timeless Wisdom Official. We are truly grateful to walk this path with you. If this message sparked a flame in you today, please subscribe, like, and share this video. By doing so, you help spread this strength to others who may be struggling in the dark. And we want to hear from you. Tell us in the comments below, what is one obstacle you are currently facing, and how can you flip it into an advantage starting today? We read every story and we learn from you. Stay strong, stay wise, and remember, what stands in the way becomes the way.